Good evening, Benji. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. Now, talking of open spaces, how have you found it during lockdown too? Because obviously you've probably got a lot more people using these spaces than you would usually find at this time of year.
That's right. They've been a lot busier than normal. We are very fortunate, as you say, to have some fantastic parks and open spaces. We've got 12 green flag parks, which I like to remind residents in St Albans is twice as many as they have. And so we're really, pleased with them. And Canterbury Park, which you mentioned, along with Oxley Park, are actually up for a national award at the moment. So if any of your listeners go onto the council Facebook or Twitter, you'll see there you can vote for them, and hopefully they'll be there, win the prize as the best parks in the country.
Britain's best park. I like that. What has it got to have? Lush green grass, good toilet facilities.
An excellent cafe.
An excellent cafe, yeah, quite right. Listen, let's get straight to it. This week we unveiled our brilliant Watford sign. I compare it, if you haven't seen it, to the big Amsterdam sign. It's sort of larger-than-life lettering, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's really important that when people first arrive to the town, a lot of people come obviously via Watford Junction Station, that their first impression's a positive one, and also it's a place where people can sit and they can meet others. So had lots of feedback, most of it positive, but you're never going to please everyone with these kind of things.
Well, I was going to say there has been a little bit of not backlash, wouldn't go as far as say, but some negative feedback on social media about the sign, and I guess This was all commissioned. Well, you can tell me, but this was all commissioned before coronavirus and the financial pressures that our council has at the moment. So it's tough to finish something off which may look kind of superfluous when I know it was definitely started before any of this happened.
Yeah, that's right. And also, I think it's important to remember most of it is not funded by the council, so we kind of pushed it forward, but it's funded actually by the local enterprise partnership that cover the whole of Hertfordshire.
Oh, brilliant.
Also funded by the government. And, as I say, I think it's important to have a good first impression. I had a meeting a few weeks ago with one of the managers at PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, who are moving to Clarendon Road. 700 people will be working there, really great for the town. And she was so pleased with all the improvements around the station on Clarendon Road. And I think it's important that, businesses are made to feel welcome, because, we want them to come to the town and to grow and to do well for Watford.
So that swanky office, PricewaterhouseCoopers, that's where they'll be moving into. It looks very nice.
It is a very nice office, yeah, and they've done it really well. And as I say, while that's been going on, the road outside them's been improved, so they're looking forward to, once they're able to having people working out those offices.
But all we need to happen is the start of the road now to be open. Honestly, when will that road be completely open? Because I can't
do it as quick as we can, mate. I know that it affects your daily commuting, so that's yeah, I mean, as I say, these things, in a way, actually, having done it this year when lots of those offices are closed has meant less disruption for people that otherwise would have been working, but we're getting it done as quick as we can.
Now, quite a harrowing social media post from our police force that went up on their Facebook in the last day about all the incidents that they'd visited over the weekend, including one party where a police officer was punched in the face. I'm astonished to hear that people are having parties. I'm even more astounded to see that a police officer was treated in this way. I mean, it's absolutely horrific, isn't it?
Yeah, as you say, it's horrific, it's dreadful, and the police are doing their job. It's really important that people follow the rules. We all know that you can't be having house parties at the moment. It's really dangerous. Not only could you be spreading the virus, then you spread it with your friends and family that you meet subsequently. So it's incredibly dangerous, and I think for the police to be just going about their job to suffer in that way is completely unacceptable. I meet the police very often. They do a great job for the town, and we need to make sure that things like that don't happen in the future.
And just finally, COVID update. Now, a bit of a sort of strange day, really. Lunchtime kicks off with Pfizer potentially having found a vaccine, but by 5 o'clock, obviously I'm hosting this show, but it seems like that won't the vaccine won't affect the second lockdown, and things that I can't quite confirm coming out on social media that we might be living with the vaccine until at least the spring. As a local council, how do you kind of respond to this, and does it change where we are at the moment?
I think the main thing from my perspective is bring the figures down as low as we can get them, so that when we come out of lockdown, we go onto the lowest tier. You know, we stayed the whole of Hertfordshire in tier 1. That was really important. It meant people could meet. It meant businesses could stay open. We want to bring those figures down. They have flattened off and are hopefully starting to fall now. If we all stick to the rules about social distancing and wearing masks and washing our hands, then we can bring those figures down. And it means that as soon as, you know, when we hit December, we can hopefully meet friends and family again. So that's my focus. You know, I think we all do, for a vaccine as soon as possible, but we can't rely on that happening anytime soon, and so we've got to keep following these rules for the moment.
Follow the rules and protect our police as well. Peter Taylor, the Watford mayor there, answering our questions about coronavirus and our towns, how we're doing in our town at the moment. Anyway, still to come, Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, but first this from The Snuts.
Radio Made in Watford. 5.